let's take a look at this function 1 over x squared, and we want to take the limit as x approaches to 0. So the graph of this function, hopefully you still remember, it looks like this. So that's the graph of this function. So as you can see, as x approaches to 0 from the left, right here, it's going to infinity, right? Same thing with the right. It's going to infinity. Therefore, we know the limit x goes to x approaches 0. The limit of this function is going to be infinity. Now, if you want to do the table, if you want to do the table and you do, let's say if you pick numbers, you pick x to be plus and minus 1, plus and minus 0.5, plus and minus 0.1, you will see that the number getting larger and larger and larger. So for 1, it's going to be 1, but 0.5 is going to be 4. For plus and minus 0.1 is going to be 100, and the number is going to get larger and larger and larger. So the definition of infinite limit is as shown. And you can see in figure 12, you see as x approaches to a, x approaches a, you see both sides, left and right, it's going to go to infinity. Okay. Now, same thing with negative infinity. So if you see the values of f of x can be made arbitrarily large negative by taking x sufficiently close to a but not equal to a, then it's going to go to negative infinity. Okay, so we call it large negative. Okay, all right. Now, that's the definition of vertical line. I'm sorry, the vertical asymptote. So if you have at least one of the following statements, then we have a vertical asymptote. Okay, so if you take a look at example 9, so we want to find the limit at x approaches x approaches to 3 from the right of that function, and then left of that function. So let's take a look at the right. And I have the sketch for you right there. So as you can see from the right, this one is going to go to infinity. The left, x approaches 3 from the left. Now we're looking at this part. And you can see that it's go to negative infinity. Okay, so we do have the line x equals 3 is the vertical asymptote. So x equals 3 is the vertical asymptote. Now, let's take a look at example 10. So for example 10, same thing. We have the vertical, we need to find the vertical asymptote of f of x equals to tangent of x. So you can see right here, if you look at x approaches to pi over 2 from the left, this way, that way, right? And then you look at the limit at x approaches to pi over 2 from the right, this way. So this one is going to go to positive infinity. This one is going to go to negative infinity. So you can see that the line x equals to pi over 2 is the vertical asymptote. And we have many, not just one vertical asymptote. We have for pi over 2, we have for 3 pi over 2, negative pi over 2, negative 3 pi over 2.